Welcome to the Trust Factor Podcast, the only podcast that guarantees your success when you implement its divine age-old teachings. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Trust Factor. Thank you for tuning in again today. This is your daily dose of inspiration. This is us starting our day off on the right foot, which is very important, guys. Today, most people just can't wait to get out of bed and into the office. They're so busy being distracted by the rest of the world. Yesterday, I just had a little bit of time on my hands to contemplate what's going on in the world. And the reality is that they've mastered the art of distraction. They've mastered the art of getting us to shift our focus away from doing the things that are important, from personal, professional growth, focusing on our family, focusing on the good things in this world, and inundating us with just information. Give us so much information and put it in the palm of your hands. You don't have to work hard to get that information. What's curious is why we have such an unsatiable appetite for information. Isn't it interesting? It goes back to biblical days. It goes back to Adam and Eve. It goes back to the whole concept of the Garden of Eden. That's why that was the original sin. That was the sin that we still pay for today in every generation. No coincidences, my friends. Think about this. We read that book of Genesis every year. And we just go through it, but we don't stop and recognize that Adam and Eve had the very same problem that we do today in the year 2026, almost 6,000 years later. We're dealing with the same challenges that the first people ever dealt with. What is it? An insatiable desire for knowledge, for information. It's so interesting. Oh, it's not even knowledge. It's really just information, because 98% of what we consume goes in one ear and out the other. And it's really, a lot of it is just self-serving. It's the things that we're already interested in. That's what the algorithms know. That's what they've been testing for generations, figuring out what makes us tick individually. And now they've built algorithms to be able to cater to that, which basically means that you're distracted all day, every day, looking for information, most of which will not help you. It simply won't. It's just filler, and it's designed to distract you from becoming the best version of you. So put it away. Get upset with technology. Get upset with your phone to the point where you have to put it in a cage. Put it in a box. Don't let it limit you. You limit it. I know it's a lot easier said than done. I'm part of this. Guilty as charged. We have to work together to come up with techniques to avoid that device at all costs and only utilize it when it's absolutely necessary. Otherwise, guys, we're being taken over. We're being overruled by technology, by things that aren't real, it's in their name. Artificial intelligence. That's what's taking over. I just saw this whole performance you may have seen online that China put out. They broadcast to 1 billion people yesterday, this kung fu show filled with humans and robots, and the robots are 10 times better than these Shaolin masters are. Can you imagine the intricacy and the detail of their abilities? These robots, this clunk of metal running on a battery, puts humanity to shame in Shaolin kung fu, a martial art that is maybe 1,000 years old. This art form that we know has typically been reserved for these people who are on the highest level of meditation and self-control and awareness and abilities. These robots step in, they come off the production line, you plug them in, and they put these Shaolin masters to shame. It's unbelievable. People train their whole life, 40, 50, 60, 80 years to become a Shaolin master. And here comes this new robot fresh off the line, plug it in, and away you go. Guys, they don't wait. Technology waits for nobody. So you have to take control. Step back. Set limits on your devices. Set limits on your airtime. And focus that extra energy that you're going to have on building yourself and your family. Yesterday, we talked about aspirations. And we said that, yes, you have to aspire. You have to look up at the people who are doing well. You have to seek out opportunities. Technically speaking, I heard an idea last week through Chabad that every Jew needs to strive to be wealthy. Why? After all these things you've heard, all these statements, all these euphemisms, everybody's heard, money is the root of all evil. It's not random that we have sayings like this. There's truth behind these sayings. It's a very dangerous tool. We know that. We've said that the difficulty, the challenge of being wealthy is so much greater than being poor. And yet every Jew needs to strive to be wealthy. Doesn't make any sense, does it? We're setting ourselves up for failure, it would seem. But the answer is no. You have to strive so that you can be empowered to do things for the world, to be able to change the world in a positive way. Money is a tool. Just like a lot of other things are, money is a tool that we can utilize for good or for bad. So a Jew needs to constantly try and become wealthy so that you could take the money and do good things with it. But that doesn't mean that you're going to. You can strive for it, but recognize that that outcome is not in your hands. So what we said yesterday was that if you're trying to do something big, like become wealthy or change careers or move your family to a new country or something drastic, and you see that things just aren't working out for you. Now, I've also given you examples of this in the past, but in a small way. It doesn't have to be drastic. I explained to you how if I'm repairing something, if there's a machine that's broken down and I need to repair it, if I'm faced with stumbling block after stumbling block, when I come to fix it, then I know early on, I don't have to wait for the 10th stumbling block. I know after the first or second that I'm on the wrong path because God is putting up that gate in front of me. Remember I was telling you those stories? It's the same thing. So if you're planning to leave the country and you find that it's difficult, then maybe you should stay put for a little while longer. Or maybe you should change your destination. Maybe the destination you're going to is the wrong one. It's the same idea. When I'm trying to fix a machine, if you're a mechanic, and you're trying to fix something and you're breaking your head in one area and you're speaking with your creator, then you should know that he's sending you a message. You're looking in the wrong place. But that doesn't mean that we stop looking. On the contrary, we should nevertheless continue to express our aspirations. How do we do that? In prayer. Every time you pray, every time you reach out to your creator, you're telling him about your aspirations, the things that you desire. It does two things. Number one, it cements for you in your mind who it is that runs the world. When you reach out to your creator and explain to your creator, these are the things that I want. These are my aspirations, my desires. What you're really in effect telling yourself is that this is the entity that can give me the things that I want. That's why I'm telling him about it. So it cements his position in your life, number one. But it's also for you that continued aspiration to continue to express the things that I want, my desires. We're all entitled to them. As long as they're good and we've done the analysis and we know that this is something that he would want us to pursue, then we express our interest through prayer. It's a form of meditation. It's a form of focus. It allows us to focus in on the things that we want, but at the same time, it cements for us where he is in our lives, that we know he's the one that can give us what it is that we're looking for. Once we spend that hour a day pouring out our hearts to him, we're able to spend the remainder of the day in happiness. Why? Because we cling to the knowledge that everything has its opportune time. In other words, if I'm trying and it's not going my way, now is not the time. Try it another time. Give it a break. Even if it's a half an hour, you're trying to fix a machine, give it a break. Give it a half an hour, go back, think about it, take a break, come back, try again. Might work out. If not, choose a different approach. If you have the option of improving your life, by all means, go forward, it says. But if you see that you lack options and you can't implement what you'd like to, then believe and know that the Creator wants you to continue for the time being in your current framework. You have to accept his loving guidance with happiness, not just resign to it, not just to pull back if pulling back leaves you with regret. If coming off of that approach leaves you feeling regretful, then you haven't figured it out. You have to withdraw from that approach with a smile on your face, with the absolute certainty that what you're doing is perfect and it's because you have a loving Creator who's guiding you. It needs to be with happiness, otherwise you've missed the point. With complete emunah that what God is doing is for your very best, it's easy to pull away with a smile on your face. But if you don't know, then it's difficult because you have this doubt in your mind. Maybe I'm just selling myself stories. Maybe Jesse's just selling me stories. Until you've tried it and experienced it and built that muscle of yours, you're going to retreat with a sense of doubt. When you've gotten over that sense of doubt, when you've pulled back, but you've come out happy, ecstatic, just as happy, pulling back as you were trying to move forward, then you know that you've won. Even though we've got these aspirations, we still need to accept whatever we have currently with complete joy also. When we don't make spiritual gain as fast as we'd like to, we should ask the Creator for help. Tell him our aspirations, and in the meantime, accept our current situation with joy. Eventually, with continued prayer, the Creator will grant us our wish. So don't be discouraged. When you seek to learn more but can't at the moment, or when you have difficulty in overcoming a stubborn habit, negative character trait, or bodily drive, do the best you can in the meantime and seek the Creator's assistance in helping you realize your spiritual awareness. What a great piece of advice. Just do the best that you can. Shift your focus. I've made an effort. I've got a partner in life. He's running the show, and he has the power to run the show the way that is perfect for me. He has insights that I simply don't have. So just keep doing your best. Keep vocalizing. Say it out loud. These are my aspirations. But remember, when you don't get them, the hero, the winner, is the one who comes away just as happy, like in that thank you letter that we read the other day. Thank you, Hashem, for the things that haven't worked out. When you could say that and truly mean it, you, my friend, are on an amazing path. Have a wonderful day, my friends. We'll speak again tomorrow. Thank you for spending time with us on the Trust Factor podcast. If you've heard something today that moved you, save this episode and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming conversations that challenge, empower, and uplift. And if you're on social media, connect with us. Leave your thoughts. Drop a quote that resonated with you. Hashtag the Trust Factor podcast. Until next time, keep growing in your trust and keep living with purpose. I'm Jesse Revivo, and this has been the Trust Factor podcast. Thanks for listening.